Hello, everyone, for short rest for episode 86. I'm always forgetting the
episode
number. But welcome, everyone.
Well, that comes with age.
It does. I feel like
87? Yeah. You're getting
86.
there.
86.
Yeah. Hey,
No, we're getting to 87.
if you're
Just
watching
saying.
this and you want to play in Mostead, you can go to start playing. Go to our Discord. I have a profile where I'm now opening it up for people to play a modified version of Mostead.
If you don't want PTSD, we understand.
It comes with less PTSD.
Are you sure?
Not
I don't believe you.
I mean, there's some PTSD, but not the full amount that you guys are experiencing, obviously.
I don't like it. I respect your right to do it, but I don't like it. Alright, my name is Steve. I work for Wizards of the Coast. My opinions are my own. And I am ready to talk about what just happened.
I was happy to get back into the beginning of combat, obviously. It was a fun ability to make it where if you fail a save, you get teleported to jail. And then
Wait, I have a question before we go there.
Hmm.
So, was our little narrator switching her voice because you were having a coughing fit, or is there something there that we should be paying attention to?
As players, not characters, as players, it seemed that Evergrey is losing a bit of the narrative.
But she just lost a whole lot more of the narrative. But anyway.
The way it was beginning was that she was obviously narrating, and then the sound of like this arcane interference, and then the narrator, myself, who's been doing it for now I could say years, was back. What does that mean in a metagame? I don't know, but I like this aspect. She's been narrating the past few episodes too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this was sort of the first time where she was starting it and then lost it. What does that mean? I'm building something. We don't know. Yeah, I like the idea of a creature being able to send you to jail, like to teleport you somewhere. There's spells that are like plane shift or thunderstep and other things where you can take someone with you. It's like, if you honestly did have a construct who was for the peace and was like a guard, why wouldn't it just have the ability to tell you, like, you're gone, go to jail?
Do not pass go, do not collect 200.
Yeah, like, it makes sense, and I was like, that'd be fun, but then you have to think of a society where it's like, well, why doesn't that work? Why isn't that always there? Probably because they're not made right, and so this one's a bit more aggressive than...
Send your grandma to jail.
It's like, Grandma, no!
I had... my headscape was like, I'm imagining these things when they were in beta testing, and it was like someone jaywalking. It's like, you, subsection 8, paragraph 7, under line 2, you jaywalked. That's grounds for jail time. And then
It'd be like, can't they pay a fine? No!
jail.
I feel like the jails would be overrun with stupid crap, so it's like...
That too.
And you get an idea why they're no longer being
Yeah.
used. It's like, no, we ain't dealing with that. Not anymore. But yeah, so you guys were able to... You didn't really fight it. Honestly, I was looking at the stats. You guys didn't hit it once.
We didn't get a chance to.
Well, technically it has been hit. It's just not this session.
It's true. But it was still alive and it's currently destroying Igno's basement.
Well,
Probably until it
That
powers
sounds like
down.
an Igno problem.
Yeah, that's an Igno problem. Hopefully he'll be alive to see it.
Ugh.
Well, as they say, dog will hunt.
And there's the PTSD.
You guys made it way, at least Rolly was able to make it back up with Roman and just sort of witnessed all of the guards getting a missive from the crown of, we're entering martial law. Send everyone home and make sure that everyone is safe. And so they ushered you back to, indoors.
that's insane.
Hmm?
I said that's insane.
And there's been talks within the kingdom that's going to happen soon.
I mean, I get it, but I think we just, thought... I feel like we just thought we were going to keep going until till we can go no more. And it's like, oh, okay. You guys are actually going to do something.
Because if I remember right, the domain is not a military type place we discussed. So I'm all like, this is kind of shocking.
Yeah, especially being the only domain person here, that's the force or the involvement of government and military and like city issued cops and guards is generally less so in the domain than it is the kingdom. Like you'll find way more guards, way more employed people as like peacekeepers in the kingdom than domain, because domain it's like, hey, if sometimes you gotta gamble to win. Sometimes you gotta survive. You gotta go hunt. No one's gonna pick you up and put you into a jail and feed you.
Yeah.
It's a little more survival heavy in the domain. So the fact that they were willing to do it quickly is a telltale, very telling. A little behind the scenes, and the reason why it's happening is because there was the attack on Templeman.
Yeah.
That occurred, and the domain did not take that lightly and was almost willing to go into a war with the kingdom. And now this happened. It's like, okay, everyone take a step back, go inside your homes, we're gonna figure this out, we're gonna investigate. We just can't have you tramping around at night and not ruining what we need to do. But Roman's safe. He was just, trapped in a void for a very long time.
That's a head scratcher. This is all like something happened, push into the void.
Yeah, and that's when you guys were like, oh, it's got to be the light. And he's like, what are you guys talking about? What happened when I was gone?
I mean,
Take a rain check on that. We'll catch you up later.
Yeah.
I feel like Igno just did that to protect him or protect the phylactery.
No, so the funny thing is, the way the notes were written was that Igno opened the door and was like, Roman, go in there and go investigate some more. We just got to make sure that everything was acceptable. And he's like, sure. He goes inside the vault, never takes it out of the vault, obviously. Does the investigation inside. Igno's drawing the teleportation circle, writing some final notes and about to finish it, and gets taken. And Roman is just left in the void. Like the sunken place.
Oh no.
Oh.
But yeah, you guys saved him. That's what was funny, because you guys were like, way back in the day, you guys were like, let's send a message to Roman. And I was like, please do. He's going to be like, guys, where are you? I'm trapped. And then you're going to be like, what the hell does that mean? It would have been fun, but you guys
I ran out.
You ran out at the time.
Yeah, I think we ran out, so.
We ran out, and then we were like Igno first because of what
Because
had
we
happened.
knew something happened to him. Which is why everyone could say he just disappeared. I kept saying, like, that sounds weird.
Yeah.
It's not that the light took him, he just disappeared.
So what else happened? So you guys learned about the messenger of Palor. Sort of a small deity, like a small god, like a small, like, what do they call the half gods?
Oh, a demigod?
Like a small demigod type of thing. An angel, a servant, someone who serves underneath the gods, who's not born but was made. I had this really fun idea of like, what happens if you're a creation of a god who has a purpose, and they really haven't needed you for a while? What do you do? It's like, well,
Apparently, hang out in the forest.
Hang out in the forest and run a community center.
Stay safe and do good, I guess, or whatever, depending on the god you're made from.
Yeah.
You literally made Bucky when he's in Wakanda.
Yeah. Essentially, I guess I did. I didn't think of that. I had this idea of like, how do you blend in if you're this golden, shiny aspect of a god? Well, you just don't become whole. And I kind of made a Bucky, I guess. Yeah, Mr. Rigo was the
Yeah.
was the messenger, and it's kind of how he keeps an eye out.
It's like, what do you loonies want?
Well, that's what he was asking you guys in the beginning. He was like, "What do you want him for? What do you need this fella for?" And you're like, "For help." And he was like, "Uh-huh."
I don't think we were gonna divulge everything to that dude. We didn't know who he was.
Well, of course not.
That's why I was like, we just need his help.
Even if we did, he probably would look at us like, what?
He handed you the satchel that had a bunch of basically like easy wins for the. By the way, if you guys were to have eaten or put the honey on your skin, you would have become invisible.
Oh, I was trying to figure out. I'm like, what the bee and the honey connection? I was just like, there's something with the honey. Okay, we're just gonna walk around it. Cool.
No worries. I mean, I had it on a grading scale where I'm like, you guys can either sneak past it, fight the bees, burn them. And there's different ways to get past.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with bees.
No, smart man, don't mess with the bees.
Bees are off.
Not the bees.
Yeah, it's scary.
Not the bees.
Yeah, there was all these telltale signs of like, he basically handed you ways to safely go across things, or you could have just kept him for yourself and just got violent. And that was sort of his telltale test. Be like, are these people smart and gentle? I don't know. But you ended up reaching him, and much like how Dendar and Igno unknowingly worked together, you guys knowingly worked together with an external being, and shattered. I think this is your second shattered phylactery.
That's what we were talking about when you were changing the baby. But we were like, we forgot which order, because I thought like meta, like from our not streamed campaign, I thought the red one was supposed to be in like Edward's thing.
It never
Yeah, I
shattered.
think we did discuss it is.
It's never.
So that's the one that's gone in oblivion.
Yeah, that's the one currently in. It's been eaten.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so we had a cross then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the red one was eaten by Malsado, which, spoiler alert, is currently in the 9 hells.
Sweet.
Or I should say, it's currently in the city. I should say this: it's currently in the city of Brass within the elemental plane of fire, where there are demons and devils constantly.
Which makes sense if it ends up with a djinn.
And eventually, it'll be traded around to the Jinn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we destroyed green and purple, right?
You destroyed green and purple.
So where's blue?
Blue. The last you know about it is that it was with Lily. And then the last thing you saw was, I think the Blakes had it.
I was saying, I'm thinking, it was like, yeah, there is still one out there. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the Blakes were the last one to have it. And if it's not with Oliver, who's dead, then it's probably with Olivia.
The worst one.
More reasons I need to check with our friends downstairs, see if there's any updates on anything.
Well, I think the last thing I told you in terms of reaching out for her was they stopped searching because they figured they knew she's in the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the last thing you guys remember, or at least the things that was on your active to-do list, was that within I'm gonna look up the name. Oh, there's a section of the island or of the continent you've never been to yet.
Oh, right.
Aftonborough, which was once the city of Overfield, which was the capital of the Evergrey Empire. That one was overgrowing with like weird growth, plant life.
I totally forgot about that we did discuss that.
Yeah, and then there was the missing, like a hole in the ground that once used to be the Evergrey Castle. And you guys probably, I think you guys confirmed that that's the thing that's floating in the air.
I'll rewrite it down.
Yeah, so there's the overgrowth in Aftonborough, and yeah, and then trying to maybe connecting with Godric somehow and figuring out if he found where Flit Castle is now.
You know, one of these days we'll just fly up to that floating castle and be like, I'll show you what's what.
And then a gun, or like some arcane.
Ah!
Yeah, because I was like,
I didn't think this
it's
through.
guarded because didn't Godric's get hurt?
Godrich ran across it, shifted his directory and started to fly towards it, and essentially informed you that there were some sort of arcane barriers and like sentries that were there to shoot down anything that got close. And so he got hit hard, and he basically fell to the ground and was like, "Fuck."
He was like, nope, not today.
Like, I'm a goddamn ancient dragon. What the hell?
Yeah, that's not good. We're gonna need a key or a powerful mage. You know, all of which have been trapped up in that castle.
Yeah.
Hey, up.
I know Gina Lee's up there.
Gina Lee. And
Don't
maybe,
remind me.
Maybe Igno.
Maybe Igno.
A bunch of townspeople.
Bunch of townspeople, guards, artisans. I think we also confirmed like Hannah is up there too.
I don't
Yeah.
like it.
There's a few. I have a list. I have a list of people who are up there.
What's his face? Rolly's brother and Shiva are down here. Kat and
Yeah,
Shiva are down here.
Oh, Rolly's father's
Up there.
Up
yeah,
there.
Dad's up
Why take an old man?
because he's
Point
the
of contention for you.
he is one. He's the point of contention. Second, he's the very definition of a hard worker.
He's like 100+ years old. He's old.
Well, the whole thing is he's supposed to be retiring, but he's done work.
A soul's a soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want to take if you were looking for souls?
Okay,
to
I'm
fill
Evergrey.
I just
Sell me.
had a-
Okay,
All
okay,
right.
you're Evergrey.
Yeah, this
You
is Shark Tank.
Okay, Shark Tank. Excuse me, Miss Evergrey. You
Yes.
are, yes, you are on the path of immortality,
I am.
and your goal is to trap the soul essence of humans into these nigh indestructible gems.
Delicious.
Yes. Now, funny thing about souls, they're much better fresh. Definitely degrade over time. Not so much, not so tasty, not so decadent.
You know
after
what?
a certain time.
I'll pay for half your company. Give you $2,000.
2000.
Well,
That is
no,
like
I don't
$20,000.
think I could.
$20,000.
I don't think I could accept those terms when I offer you.
All right, get in the gym.
I,
Get in the gym.
I don't think quality is of her mind. I think it's one to get one over on us and quantity.
Which PTSD just kicked in hard. We just destroyed the gem, and she has souls ready to go right now.
well, I would have destroyed the other one if you had it.
That's what I was thinking. When he did it, I was like, she has everybody we like and care about in that damn ship, and wouldn't it be so easy just to snap a string and be like, oh yeah?
Yeah. If you touch even a hair on any of their heads, I will flay the skin from your flesh and the flesh from your bones. And even then, you would not have suffered enough.
So the funny thing is, when she had all 4 gems available, siphoning energy, the red one is no longer on this plane, so it's inert. It's not sending anything.
Yeah, that one's been inert for a long time now, though.
Yeah, that one's been inert. You guys destroyed the green one and the purple one, and that's obviously. And the last time you saw her,
She didn't look that great.
she didn't look that great. She was looking more and more like a standard lich of
She a standard
skeleton. She's a standard lich bitch, and she's just a skeleton with maybe some flesh here and there. Like, she's not getting the nutrients she needed.
That don't mean she won't find other ways to her crazy
That
minion. This
I
minion's
was
even
gonna say,
crazier.
That reads more of she might get desperate.
We don't know.
I think Vera is still very much like how like we didn't understand Lily's motivation until the very end. Like, I think even through all the crap we've been through, she still slightly feels sorry for her, because at one point she was a benevolent queen and then she snapped. Like, at one point she was
Oh, you said Lily.
Yeah, no, I know. Like in this, I'm saying in the same fashion. Like Vera didn't understand what Lily's motivation was till like the very end, and we got into it, and she kind of felt sorry for her that like to hold on to like essentially what she thought was a grudge for the longest time. Like how, like I feel sorry for you that you have to hold on to that, and in turn with Evergrey, she feels sorry because she was like, you were once a good person and were respected, and now you're this. Like, I feel sorry for you, even though you're a crazy bitch.
Anyone else feel sorry? Raise your hands. I'm not.
I've almost died twice. No.
No, I don't see any hands raised.
No, I know. I was
it.
just like, that's just that weird part of Vera where it's just like, you were once good, and like, I know what happened, and it still doesn't add up for me, and like, you're a terrible freaking undead person now, but like, you still have my pity because of what you were.
She'd probably hate you more for that.
Yeah.
Just having pity for her. She'd be like,
Hey, Vera. Stop living in the past, live in the present, man.
I'm a goddamn lich.
She is a good character. Like, she's not like there to be like, yeah, she has like emotion issues, but that's because she fills them at a 10 all the time. But I'm just like, I think character wise, she wouldn't be that way. It's like, there was a good part of you. What the hell happened?
Honestly, that's fitting to Vera's character, so I can't fault her on it, but at the same time, just like, what's the breaking point?
Oh, well, like,
I can.
Like, she's full gonna, like, we gotta get rid of you. There is no pity of, like, we're trying to save you. That, she, I think, crossed her mind in the very, very beginning when we didn't know how far it went. Like, maybe we could fix it. We didn't even know there was a queen. It was just Lily being crazy bitch. We were just like, nah, I don't think I can fix that.
But yeah, now we're sort of entering this space where it's like, you know, there are things happening in the old country, essentially. You know, sort of the long forgotten spaces that no one wants to go to. That I'm kind of surprised that you guys didn't go to in the beginning. It's like one of those things where I'm like, no one goes there. And generally, I for like RPG players, I think like even Steve can probably attest to this being like a video game player too. It's like, well, I'm gonna definitely go there. I don't care if I'm not level appropriate. I'm gonna go check that out. I'm surprised you guys didn't.
See, ADD brain kicked in. It's just like, no one goes there. Ooh, shiny object. Go that way.
Yeah, true.
That, and I feel like
Final boss of the game encountered.
we all had like an objective. I think that we were more focused on. Like
Not to
Rolly's.
mention, oh, go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
I was just gonna say Rolly's was like his disease. Mine was Uthiel. Sav, I kind of like didn't understand, but I felt like she was trying to figure out what the hell happened to her. Essentially,
That and a part of me, I always took it since I'm from there, is all like, why do I was bored of being at home. That's why I became a runner. That's why I ran out of there. I'm in no rush to get back there. So,
You know what a wild thing to think about is that the messenger probably knew you, Savannah. You had a connection with Paylor and you didn't know it. Not to say it was like a meaningful connection, but just like, hey, like he's probably one of the
you.
Yeah, he was probably the one of you who's like, can you do a job?
which makes sense, because one of the things I put in Savannah's character was she can't sit still, so she very much is about acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
We could meta it and just says that's why.
Yeah. It's like, hey, can you run this for me? Great, you're a runner. We know you what you do. We know how you do things. And it's another interesting point because you in Luland is so secluded that when I mentioned that like if anyone wants to do anything unsavory, they can do it there, and that makes sense for your line of work back in the day. It's like I could do anything I want here if I wanted to, and I get paid for it, and I'm good at it. And that means the messenger is probably witnessing all of these things come across from centuries. Just go, that's why I only talk to the good people. Like that's why he had to put you guys through a test, because it's like I've seen people come in here and do some unsavory things.
That was
It's
insane.
like, yeah, it wasn't just eggs we were transporting here through here.
Yeah, oh, believe me.
They look like eggs. Anyway.
But anything else crossing your guys' minds?
I think for Vera, she's just like awestruck that she got to meet somebody. But again, like Evergrey is ruining this moment. In the back of her mind, like she's like, I got to meet somebody. I'm a freaking god, and I can't even tell him what that means because I'm just like terrified of what this woman is going to do.
Well, you guys reached level 19. Not too far from it now. Still some mysteries to be, to discover, and how to get up to the castle, what's going on with Aftonborough, and maybe what other talks are happening within the Raven's Kiss, as Temple mentioned. He has to talk, maybe have a talk and understand the scope of what's happening. Soon, Sinlon Kingdom is going to be put into martial law, and it might be difficult for you guys to start traveling anywhere.
I have to teleport everywhere. Come on, hit Roman.
Yeah. Roman's
Yeah, we're gonna go with that because as long as Roman's with us, we can't use the Nexus.
Roman's offering. He's, his sponsor's gone. He's an official domain chosen, and unless called on, he can travel with you guys. But that's where we're gonna end today's short rest. So thanks for joining us. And hey, once again a reminder: if you want to play in Mostead now and change to Mostead, check me out on startplaying.com. Like, subscribe, all that BS. I don't say that very often because I hate
You
it.
don't.
I don't like it.
I was gonna say shout out to whoever mentioned us on TikTok because somebody was like, like who's a small time DM that you like watching game that you like watching, and somebody like called us out, and I was like, oh, that's sweet.
Like, we're so busy with life we don't advertise as much anymore. That's so sweet. But
That warms my heart.
Yeah. Hey, if you're watching this and you enjoy it, I'm happy. Happy you enjoy it. And we will check you guys on episode